After a hard-fought tournament, the Salty Assault Decken and Chaybidis came out on top. They stand the best chance out of the final 16 of winning the fight, but now we're going to see whether or not they actually can win the fight. Both have the same genome, and I may very well be missing a few things, so bear with me. Gratoxy provides the overall base, as well as the denticles, the bite force, and vision. Tychodus provides the unique teeth as well as sharper dorsal fins. The whale shark provides a size increase. The nurse shark provides olfactory senses and a bolstered immune system. The sailfish provides various fins, colour changing abilities, streamlining reflexes, and larger eyes for enhanced vision. Swordfish provides both with a large bill as well as special things that go on the bill to allow it to slice through things better, as well as special gill protection, spine structure, tail muscles, and various regional endothermy to allow it to survive different temperature waters. And finally, the pilot whale provides overall intelligence, sociality, allowing the two to work together, and increased blood flow. Again, I might have missed a few things, and for that I apologise, but I think I covered the majority of important things about the Salty Assault. This would normally be the point where I critique them, but there's nothing to critique. These two are honestly haven't really got any flaws with each other. So let's just skip straight to the fight. Throughout the entirety of the tournament, Bruce and Chuck have been up and down and all around the world's oceans fighting off various hybrids, so they're pretty tired. But unfortunately, they don't get a break, because from out of seemingly nowhere, a pair of incredibly fast, intelligent sharks are barreling towards them. Bruce is able to get out of the way just in time, but Chuck isn't as fortunate, and ends up getting bit by both of them. The damage is definitely limited due to the Arapaima scales, but it's still sufficient enough to cause quite a bit of pain. Bruce is able to outmaneuver the smaller one and bite onto its bill. Unfortunately, he soon has to release the hold due to Chaybidis attacking him from the side. Bruce attempts to make a tactical retreat to try and wind up energy to come back for another attack, but he can't. Decken and Chaybidis are constantly on his tail, constantly forcing him to deploy evasive maneuvers as to try and get out of the way of their jaws. And eventually, one ends up grabbing onto him and biting onto his head. Thankfully, Chuck rushes in at the last second to make the save. Chuck ends up ramming Decken out of the way, and Chaybidis gets hit by his tail before Bruce ends up turning around and starting biting Chaybidis. It is near her lower area, down her body. Now, luckily, Chaybidis is able to slip out thanks to a ram right into the side from Decken. But then Chuck ends up coming in, and they both have to retreat. Chuck is definitely struggling to keep up with the fight, but it seems like the four of them are almost stopped fighting after that. They start just circling each other, waiting for either of them to make the next move. But the next move doesn't really happen, because they both sort of understand each other. There's sort of a mutual respect to be had. And also, Bruce is getting pretty tired of having to kill his fellow sharks. So, the killing actually ends up stopping. The fight stops, and they actually join forces. It might sound a bit unusual, but don't forget, Decken and Chaybidis both contain pilot whale, which have been known to work well with dolphins. It's the same way Chuck was able to work with Bruce, with his false killer whale DNA. And so, because of that, Decken and Chaybidis, the Salty Assault, are part of the aquatic coalition. This may not be what a lot of people expected. They were probably expecting some form of fight that would end in a fatality, but not all fights in the wild end in fatalities. Sure, they might cause some scuffles and injuries, but a lot of the time, all the combatants will live to fight on another day. And in this case, they will, because now this alliance is starting to take some decent shape. And also, don't forget, there are 4 more spots available in the Aquatic Coalition. Congratulations to the winners of the tournament for earning a spot, but there are still 4 others, and we'd like some variety in their hybrids. We've got 3 potential people that could have hybrids that could join, that being Ganon for the best fish, Mephiles for the best dolphin, and Colossus for the second best whale. I say second best whale because we all know that Dracocetus 2.0 is probably the best whale, and no one's probably ever going to top it. But we'll have to wait for that. So yeah, Bruce's battles will be continuing next week, as I need some time to draw a bunch of the submissions. Because I did say that I was going to be stopping at episode 30 due to the sheer number of submissions, and then I can reopen it. So for now, the submissions are closed, but they will reopen after episode 30, when I should be able to get a decent chunk of them out. Also stay tuned for Saturday's video, where my elephant, Mina, will be pitted up against some of the most popular hybrids in the tournament to see just how well she'll do. So, until then, I'll see you then.